this is for the gram. I don't want to have to spend all day in what's the face editor? What's it called? Facetune. I don't want to spend all day in Facetune, but yeah.
Trying to make my old ass look good.
Gotta make the yes. I've got to make our ass forward video podcast.
I just can't believe you're drinking liquor. I can't believe I brought wine to a liquor show.
It's Liz. It's been a week. It's been a weekend.
I know.
We're recording on Sunday evening, an hour that I reserve for meditation, saying prayers, midnight mass is what I should be up to, but instead I'm up to unholy rites with the likes of you. Hello.
Midnight mass? You mean just boozing?
I mean boozing. Yeah. When I say midnight mass, I mean the Church of the Liquor Cabinet.
You're still Kathy's son. After all.
Yeah, damn right. I never get above your raisin, I say.
We normally record Friday mornings early, pretty early.
Right. But Thursday,
we did not.
Thursday late at night, a very tired Zachary Smith sends a text message to Liz saying, Liz, I can't. Liz, might we cancel? And Liz is like, get back to the podcast, mine. I'll give you the day off, but we're still recording this week. Get to those podcast minds, she said. That's what she said.
Because you spent the weekend. I did. I was because we had discussed this and I had given you the opportunity to punk out earlier. And you said, no, we're going to record.
Because I thought I was a big, strong man. I thought I was a big, strong man. It turns out
you're God's weakest soldier.
It turns out that the state fair overcame me.
So you spent the weekend at the state fair, the Iowa State Fair, one of the most iconic state fairs in the nation. And if people don't know, we are iconic because we have a butter cow.
Liz.
And that butter cow was at the Smithsonian, actually. Because we're so iconic.
Some are saying it's the highest butter fat content artifact that's ever been exhibited in the Smithsonian. So
I was gonna say yeah, except for your mom, but then I just didn't. And then felt so mean.
And then Kathy Smith like punched through the microphone. No,
still a good joke.
I went to the heart. Well, so recently the Democratic National Convention voted to just crucify poor Iowa and its first in the nation status. It said now South Carolina, you get to go, Nevada, you get to go, and poor Iowa. We had to limp back to the Iowa State Fair in order to lick our wounds after losing our first in the nation status. And so I was there on the ground for what's called it's a great tradition. It's called the Des Moines Register, the paper of record for the state, puts on the political soapbox, and you get to see it tends to be mostly Democrats because Republicans don't show up to a lot these days, but a couple of Republicans too. For the Des Moines Register political soapbox, where they give a speech and then afterwards they go for a press gaggle in the back. And when I tell you it is the most athletic like journalism competition I've ever been a part of, it is you sit in the hot, humid sun at the Iowa State Fair. You record you take your brand new fancy camera out, you put it on a tripod, and you look up at the sky and say, that looks like a rain cloud. You check your forecast. It's raining. It's supposed to rain all weekend long. And so I am begging like one of the this one septuagenarian, like, hey man, would you hold your umbrella just a tidge to the left and save me from losing the camera I mortgaged my house for? Sir, excuse me. You decided to put your whole vote for Rob Sand sign right in front of my camera, and I would like to. I don't know if you noticed. I would have liked to record this thing that's being done here. I would like to do my job.
Yeah.
It's a blast. In short, it's so fun.
So we need to backtrack because I don't think you explained the first part. But Iowa has the Iowa caucuses where we determine who becomes the presidential candidate for the Democrats do caucuses, Republicans do basically like a poll. They don't really do a caucus straw poll. We were first in the nation by accident. It was kind of determined in the 70s just because we had mimeographs and we had to go early because
fucking mimeographs.
we had bad technology. So we had to go early so we could get our results in. And then that became a thing actually because of a journalist. He had the moniker Johnny Apple. He came to Iowa. He turned it into this whole thing. And then all of a sudden, Iowa's first in the nation status to determine who became the presidential nominee became this like iconic thing. And Iowa's been very proud of it. But we lost it because we fucked up the last couple of caucuses pretty epically. And then so the Democratic National Convention yeeted it away from us pretty epically, and
gave it to a more diverse state. What the fuck?
Yeah. And so I think it's pretty controversial because there are, I would actually say, Zach, correct me if I'm wrong, but I would say the vast majority of politicians and journalists in the state think that this is bad for Iowa to have our first in this nation status taken away. Also, New Hampshire, which was second, had their second in the nation status yoinked away. Yoinked is a correct word. Let me just take another sip of wine.
And together, our two populations make up like 13 people. It's sick. We could really like do some. We could really cause some danger. We could all really cause some damage this way.
Yeah, and we did, and we have done some damage. But so it's yoinked it away, and people think that this is bad. I would say I am one of the few people who think it's good. And for this, I am crucified on a cross.
It's so this is one of those things where
I think this is good for the nation to make Iowa not first. I think it's good for Iowa. I think it's good for America. And I am glad that they have at least one Midwestern state in that kind of first five lineup. It is Michigan. I do think they should have another Midwestern state in that lineup. I'm a little disappointed there's only one Midwestern state in there, but I understand why the rest of the lineup is that way. But
I think this is the right state. Michigan's a great pick. Super interesting politics there. When we talk about like media markets and how expensive media markets can be, of course, the Detroit market's difficult, but I think it's ultimately a good move. I think in general, it's also like the caucuses create a distortion effect around the amount of attention that the nation gives to it creates a distortion effect around a lot of the like county party governance. And I actually think it's really good for some of these parties to begin kind of like thinking about what do donors around here look like and how do we do more with what we got here. Ultimately, it's going to take time. And I think there's a lot of problems that we're going to go through in the next couple of years, but I think it's ultimately.
But the point is, Zach, being a man, a journalist of the people, a journalist of this red state, had to go to the state fair, set up his little camera, and film one of the greatest journalists, political traditions of Iowa, watching politicians hold forth atop a straw bale and film it, and then ask them such important questions as what about rural health care? Care to comment? And then hold your little microphone up to them. And I'm being condescending and an asshole. You should punch me in the face. But you got to do that all weekend. But Zach, did you get to eat some of the state fair food?
Yeah. So the like real story is never the like the political soapbox intrigue, right? The real story is like the mortification ritual that happens once you step off stage, right? It is the photographers waiting in dark corners to take photos of you as you're eating a hot dog. It's
the most famous pictures out of the Iowa State Fair are always politicians like putting a whole pork chop or corn dog in their mouth in kind of like really, I don't know, sexual manner.
Yeah, which like play to the form is what I say. So I'm, know me, I'm really putting on a show. It's not, but it's not just that, right? It's also it is also the pork belly that has been tossed in batter and sprinkled with 4th of July red, white, and blue sprinkles. It is the ice cream that's been dunked in the butter sauce because
bitch, you sound like you're running for political office because you're not answering the question. What did you eat?
I ate that. I ate the butter. I ate the butter ice cream. So
did you eat the butter ice cream? Did you eat the ice cream dipped in butter?
So the thing about the butter ice cream is it kind of fucks. Like, so imagine like really rich. Imagine like the really good soft serve and put some butter, some like salty butter on it. That kind of fucks.
There is a food at the Iowa State Fair. It's ice cream. You dip it in hot butter and you pull it out. And apparently, Zach is saying it gets kind of crispy around it, like one of those like Dairy Queen with the
the hard magic shell.
The magic shell. So it's like a magic buttery shell. Is this what I'm hearing?
Not quite. It's a little soupier than a magic shell. I'm a student. My favorite ice cream order is a soft serve with the cherry dip.
Oh God, I love the cherry dip.
It's an endangered species, and you go support your local ice cream purveyor that's got the cherry dip. It's not quite magic shell, but it is just like rich, sumptuous. Makes for a perfect bite. It really does. It's really good.
This makes me ask the question, like, why haven't we dipped ice cream in butter before? How have we gone on this long as a society and have not dipped
had free healthcare?
Ice cream.
sorry. I'm so sorry. I misunderstood where you were going with that.
Running.
Sorry.
He's running for office.
That's so fair.
But like, you realize crazy. Like sliced bread is younger than Chuck Grassley.
Yeah. Chuck Grassley, who's going through it right now.
Did you see him?
No. Yeah. Well, he was on the campus. I didn't see him. I only saw photos of him after the fact. I completely missed Chuck. He's quick. He's very speedy. He brought his running shoes. I said, Charles, Wrigley. I got at the Iowa Fair, we reporters, we don't call our sources. We ring our bells at them.
You call them like
for supper.
You call them like hogs. Sweet.
Bernie Sanders. I'm gonna wake up my child. My child is sleeping in this house.
He's a sleepy baby.
Liz, it was so fucking hot. When I tell you I sweat, I'm so glad I'm off camera and I'm not in like these fucking shots. There's like a Q&A. I was after one of these things, and like I'm like going through it. I'm tired. I'm sweating. I'm dehydrated. I haven't eaten yet for the day, and like I should have eaten. But this guy who's running for Congress, he's kind of going down, and I think he's familiar with he's a Republican, so he's familiar with my videos about him. And he says,
it Zach Nunn?
No, it was Joe Mitchell. He's running in Iowa's second
Joe
congressional
Mitchell.
district.
He's running in my district.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's going down looking for questions, and he says, Zach, you got a question? And when I tell you, like my face is like melting off, and like I hadn't prepared anything for the guy. The one question on the Iran war had gotten asked already, and my face is sliding off, and I say, yeah, and so I parse together something painful. It was rough. It was a rough weekend for the books, but here I am with my dear friend and our dear friends. And as we do,
who are listening. And the great part about recording in the evening is we both have little drinks now. So guys, let's just see how this podcast goes. By the way, speaking of podcasts, Zach, what podcast is this?
Hello and welcome to Dingus of the Week, a weekly show where we melt the sacred cow, the butter cow. I'm Zachary Warren-Smith. I write for Iowa's Starting Line. I'm here with Liz Lenz, the author of Dingus of the Week newsletter. This podcast is the audio second course of the newsletter's visual feast. Sign up at its new home on Patreon. That's patreon.com/Liz Lenz. Wherever you listen, help support the show. Like and subscribe over on our YouTube. That's youtube.com/@Dingus of the Week. Hit that bell, like and subscribe. It's a great way to promote the channel. Rate and review us over on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, wherever you choose to. This is a great way for us to break through the stratosphere, the podcastosphere. Share this episode with a group chat near you. And of course, become a patron of the Dingus Arts. That's patreon.com/Liz Lenz. And have a dingus of your own. Oh boy, do I have an option for you. Send us a voicemail over at memo.fm/dingus or send an email to menyellatme@gmail.com. Leave a voicemail, right, and it might just make it to this very show. Now, Liz, all of us, me included, have read the newsletter already. We're recording on Sunday. This is coming out on Monday. Are the dinguses still fresh? Who's the dingus of the week?
Oh, they're always hot and fresh.
Ooh.
They're always hot and fresh. Although, Zach, was it at the Iowa State Fair that Howard Dean did his epic yell?
That he claims was a microphone mistake?
Yeah.
Have you seen this? Have you seen the apology?
Yes.
We're gonna go.
Yes, I've seen it.
We're gonna
I was
We're
there.
gonna go to Cedar Rapids, and we're gonna go to Des Moines. We're gonna.
But imagine, like, he got canceled for that. Imagine.
I can't imagine. I can't imagine what it's like to live in such a sweet world,
a sweet innocent time where we were just horrified because he yelled in a cringy way.
We drug a man to the seventh ring of hell. Just Twitter,
because we just didn't like how he yelled. We're like, ew, gross. We all got the ick. Yeah. We got like the national ick because Howard Dean yelled weird at the Iowa State Fair.
Meanwhile, we've got a sex pest who's like, we elected a second time. Crazy.
And then we were like, that's fine. We're okay with the sex pest, but not the Howard Dean yell.
The Epstein pedophile connections. No worries on that. No problem here. Yes, he wrote a birthday card to the man, but
it's fine.
Whatever,
it's fine.
You know?
I'm taking my kids to the state fair on Tuesday.
Oh, so you're gonna have I think you got to do a video. You got to report back on what you think of the butter ice
cream.
I
do well, I don't put my kids on the internet.
Well, so. They can hold the camera and they can like make fun of you eating butter ice cream.
They won't do that. They won't hold the camera for me. And if they do, they'll do it at the most unflattering angle on purpose. But I will see my one true love. My one true love, the pickle dog.
Are you a pickle dog fan?
I'm a pickle dog aficionado.
Can you tell me, for the
evangelist?
For the uninitiated, tell me about the pickle dog.
It's like a pickle, like wrapped in salami, like deep fried.
A pickle? I didn't realize it was wrapped in salami.
I think there's like cream cheese involved in there. It's like the cream cheese pickle salami thing, and then you deep fry it, and then you eat it. It's delicious.
I've heard this called Midwestern sushi when it's cut into medallions.
But in this case, it's fried and then you eat it and it's so good. No, don't knock it until you tried it, man. Do not knock it until you have tried it.
I was thinking about this. The thing about the state fair food is there's actually no way the half-life, like this stuff is like, it's like capturing lightning in the bottle, right? Like if you tried to bring any of these confections, even like 5 feet away from where you got it, like the premium, you drive that car off the lot, it loses like 75% of its value immediately.
Did I ever tell you about my brilliant, it's actually mine and my friends from college's brilliant idea for a state fair food idea?
What do you got? Should we take this off air so that we capitalize on this money making opportunity?
I don't think we're ever going to execute, but it's called saucy balls. First of all, the name alone is going to sell. Second of all, what it is it's deep fried sauces. So you know how all deep fried food is just a vehicle for the sauce? What if you just cut out the middleman and you deep fry the sauce? So you're like, you've got this like deep fried ball and you bite into it. It's ranch on the inside, baby.
I'm so unhappy.
You got your honey mustard, you got your BBQ, and it's just an array of deep fried little balls, and inside is a sauces. Saucy balls.
We're in a period
I'm gonna make millions. I'm gonna make millions, and then my kids are gonna be heirs to the saucy balls fortune.
Saucy ball heiress. Noted saucy ball heiress.
And like my grandkids will be like saucy ball nepo baby.
Big ups to that. Big ups. We're in this period of like
woke. So good.
We're in this period of woke 1 versus woke 2.0.
I refuse to engage in this discourse.
This is very like the Midwest. White people don't season their food. This is white people don't season their food. 1.0. White people only eat raw seasoning is 2.0.
Everybody loves a sauce. This is not controversial. What if you dip, and then you can dip your saucy ball in another sauce?
We can just dip things. We can just dip things.
So say you have a saucy ball that has like honey mustard on the inside. You can dip that honey mustard saucy ball into a BBQ sauce. Delicious. Listen, the people will back me up. Listen, write us a little email at menyellatme@gmail.com. Tell me what a brilliant idea this is.
Hey, but think about
Zach
it.
seems to think it's a bad idea. And he also seems to think it's like about like white people not having flavor. This is all flavor all the time, all sauce all the time.
This is no fellow young kids. I eat raw paprika. I do season my food.
I do. You know I'm a spicy girl, but this is about saucy balls. Anyway, you want to know who the dingus is?
I want to fucking die. I want to fucking
saucy balls are so good. Listen, everybody in America knows. Everybody in America knows it's all about the sauce. So you cut out the middleman.
It's what happened to just what in the late stage capitalism? Sauce. What in the late stage are we too good to dip anymore? You can still dip. We have fallen so far from God's love.
It's a state fair food. I love
that's fair. It is about depravity. That's so fair.
And you also, you don't even know, like I am a state fair food queen. I eat all those foods and I love them. And I am like the biggest state fair food lover of them all. I am am in hell.
And I am in hell.
I am depraved when it comes to state fair food. I love them so much. I will eat anything. I am so happy. State fair food, please marry me. I love you so much. Do you want to know who the dingus of the week is?
I want you to put me out of my misery, but I will settle for learning who the dingus of the week is.
So this week we had quite a few dinguses.
I loved it. I like having like a firing squad. That's like fun.
That's right.
That's really fun. Like to end my life.
a smorgasbord, if you will. And so we have to start off with the hot new Nepo baby has entered the villa, and that is Phoebe Gates, who was unknown to me until this week. And she is a founder of a shopping app called Phia, Phia, if you're listening, and we'll give you a second to roll your eyes. If you're an online shopper and you're a woman, you have seen a browser extension like this before.
Mm-hmm.
It you know, you go to a website where you're shopping, you click the little browser extension, it tells you if you can find cheaper things elsewhere. It is not new. It's not a new or interesting idea, but this is Phoebe Gates's brilliant idea. But where she has really pioneered is by making it a complete scam. And that is why she's a dingus this week. But she actually is like actually kind of bad at a scam because she and her co-founder, Sophia Kiani, manipulated their shopping app to take credit for sales that it actually didn't drive. So here's what it did. It was called cookie stuffing, which is not as delicious as it sounds. You can do cookie stuffing at the state fair, but not
it's a competition.
Kind of
you have to sign a waiver. It's a whole thing.
That's right. And that's totally legal at the state fair. But online, completely illegal. So what it is
it is legal to have videos of you cookie stuffing online. It is illegal to commit cookie stuffing online. Let's be clear about.
You know, when you go to a website and it says accept cookies, reject cookies. So what the bot on the browser extension would do is it would drop cookies on shopping sites, even when the shoppers didn't use Phia to make a purchase. So that means if you went to a site and you bought like shoes from Nike, but you didn't use the app, the little thing to make the purchase, it would still take credit for the sale. And their deal with all their like Nike, Nordstrom, Gap was they would get a cut of the sale if, you know, that app had helped them make the sale. So they were basically taking credit for sales they didn't help make. But Bloomberg was on to them. They first reported on the cookie stuffing in July, and they were like, oops. Phia was like, oops, this was an accident. We didn't mean to do this. We're so sorry. We're going to stop. But this week, new reports came out that there were internal Slack emails or Slack messages that were leaked that basically show that Gates and her co-founder were asking engineers to do this. They were saying, please do this. Like, please drop these cookies on these websites.
Cookies, and will you stuff it?
Yeah, please stuff. Yeah, please do this. And the engineers are like, we don't think this is like, will pass compliance. And they're like, just do it anyway.
Yeah. Does your name tag read founder?
Right. Yeah. They're like, does your name tag read Gates to you? Did your dad invent the internet? I don't think so. And it's like, listen, Zach, what's worse? What would you rather have? Would you rather have your child be so incompetent that they didn't know that was illegal, or that they were actually trying to do a scam, but they were so bad at scamming that they were basically on Slack being like, please do a scam, LOL, it's fine.
Yeah.
I have an opinion on this.
I want my child to be incredibly dumb. I want like a really incompetent child. I like in the way that like I feel like I'm the idiot boy king of Iowa journalism. I similarly want the heir to my throne to show similar levels of incompetence.
Listen, yeah, I think it's, as a parent, I would rather have you be so stupid you didn't know this was a crime, rather than you being so bad at scams. Like if you're going to do a scam, if you're going to do a
daughter and
scam,
gay son, I don't know.
That's
right. Why not both?
Why not both? I like this. Listen. And you think Bill Gates could give her advice on this, considering he's had a bunch of emails, electronic communications get him into trouble.
Yeah.
Epstein. Epstein. you know, he might have at least advised her to keep that analog. Like, could she just like walk down and have this as an in-person conversation?
Well, that doesn't leave a paper trail, Liz. But Liz, I can't reference back when I need to like look at the cool messages I'm sending my idiot employees. Like,
but also like she does not need to be doing this. Like, if she's doing these scams, she's in it for the love of the game.
This is the correct take. If I was the heir to a fortune, Liz, do you think I would have this fucking mic in my face? Do you think I would talk to you? Do you think I would be like sipping Mai Tais in Ibiza? I would be like I would be the only way you would catch me, or the only way you would catch footage of me, was on TMZ because like some drunk socialite fell off of a cliff.
She's not like, she didn't even invent this scam. Like, other people have done this and they've actually done jail time for it because this is considered wire fraud.
That's one of the good
actually
crimes.
Considered wire fraud. Yeah, well, actually, wire fraud's pretty
pretty
sweet,
cool crime.
but like
that's a pretty cool crime, dude.
And like, so people are like speculating, like, is she gonna go to jail? Which would be completely wild if she faced more consequences for this scam than her dad has faced for his associations with Epstein.
I hate this guy. Is all I'm trying to say.
We all hate Bill Gates. Yeah, he's a smarmy little guy.
He didn't even invent the internet. That's Al Gore erasure.
That's true. That is Al Gore erasure, but I'm fine with Al Gore erasure. Listen, here's the thing. I actually, if my dad was a billionaire, I understand. I would understand like going to work for yourself, because I'm actually like a sicko. And so like I would be like the Sarah Snook on Succession. Do you know what I mean? Like I totally am like that mentally ill that I would do that. Like but I would like go into a completely different field. And so like, so Phoebe Gates she's 23. She started this podcast before she started this app where she was like, I'm going to help young women fight corporate burnout. Girl, at no point would you ever have a job where you would experience the kind of work that they would make you do, where you would be burned out because you can just like go fly to an island over the weekend.
You get the like, good drugs, dog. You get the
you can just like go sleep in a nice little mansion. Like you got a pool.
You've got is it Erdwan? What's that bougie grocery store? Erdwan?
Oh, Erewhon.
Erdogan's is that the Turkish politician? Sorry. Yeah, you got you got that $30 18-ounce water bottle, dog. Like I think you're all right. I think you're all right.
Yeah. But like
leave the fucking podcast to us. We got a living. I got cat food's getting expensive with this inflation, dog.
But here's the other thing Phoebe Gates has done besides her little bullshit podcast. She also, when she was starting up Phia, because she's done this whole thing where she's like, I'm gonna, strike out on my own. I'm not getting any help from her father, but that last name in and of itself is currency, right? Like she was able to raise all this money for her little stupid idea startup. But when she was launching the app, she was reaching out to like online influencers and asking them to basically post about Phia for free. And she'd be like, oh, we're just a scrappy startup. We don't have any money. And these online influencers, this was back in April, they like took to the internet to be like, a Gates just told me they didn't have money. Go to hell.
Yeah.
Go to hell.
Eat my butt. eat my butt.
Yes.
Please leave.
Yes.
My God.
But yeah,
so embarrassing.
like munch my butt, get out of here.
Yeah.
And so she's like doing this whole like, I'm just a little guy kind of a thing. And it's like, you can't have it both ways. Like you can't be a little guy. Like you can't be a little guy. You were born a little guy. So just like own who you are
and have the grace.
Go into a completely different field.
You will never be a little guy, right? And that's okay. Go be a weird eccentric that someone will write about one day. Go. You have the money to go have 8 flop errors in a row. It's not gonna break anything.
I know. Or like Gracie Abrams, I think, does a really good job with this where she's like, yeah, of course my last name helps me. You know, she's like, of course my parents both being in the arts have helped me, right? Like, she's like, of course this has helped my career. And of course I have been able to jump hurdles that other people have had to face. Like, yes, absolutely. But like, you know, she's like, but I hope that, you know, my talent gets me the rest of the way. But like, I'm not going to pretend that I haven't. Gracie Abrams, a singer, father, J.J. Abrams, if people don't know. Right. But like, you're not fooling anybody if you're like, I'm just a small town gal with the last name of Gates.
I will say you either for my money, if you're a Nepo baby, if you come from one of these households, one of these names, you owe it to me. This is Zach. Your friend. This is your friend Zach. You owe it to me. You either must like just really suck the marrow out of life or make terrible art.
You gotta be Hunter Biden.
You have to be
or
Am I wrong? Like you either have to be like Hunter Biden, you have to be Jaden Smith with the weird fashion exhibit recently and the shoes. Like you have to make things that make me go like, okay, like I need you to make really bad art that fills me with joy personally. Yeah. Your friend signed your boy.
Do you know what's a really interesting point about all this is like that the children of really rich people often go make art, and it's because they have that safety net. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, maybe we would have more and better artists if we had like a social safety net, which I know, like, if you're a Republican and you're listening to this podcast, first of all, why? Also, second of all, thank you. Third of all, I hope your asshole itches for the rest of your life. Like, also, thanks for the download, I guess. But also, like, also, you must love pain. Yeah. Okay. But like I know you're not like interested in a world where you create more art, but like if you think about like the times America has created really good art, it was like, you know, during like FDR, right? With the WPA projects. And like it's like when we have had like that good social safety net has always been when we've created really good art. And so that's a point out there. But also like Phoebe Gates, you're not creating original idea, and you're not even doing original scams. And also, I really feel like Phoebe's got like a heart here for crime. And I just feel like you get that from your father.
I mean, Silicon, you don't succeed in Silicon Valley without a helping of mischief.
And here's what I need you to do. I need you to lock in on that. Like, stop pretending. Get creative, girl. Get creative. Because Silicon Valley really, really rewards a crime. And if you can, like, hone this skill, you could take it all the way to the White House.
Women's rights, women's wrongs. Let's go. Let's go. This is the pro.
I'm just saying.
Liz has always been pro-shyster.
You don't need money, Phoebe. Women's rights, women's wrongs. That's where we end it. Dingus number 2.
My boy.
Hey, Zach.
Hey, Liz.
Do you like pillows?
Liz, I've never seen I've never seen a man so resemble his product. Tell me, who is Dingus number 2?
Mike Lindell.
This man.
My Pillow CEO.
My
Listen.
Pillow. You gotta say it.
Pillow.
You gotta say it correctly. That's My Pillow, not yours.
My Pillow. My Pillow. This man is like a boil on the ass of American society. Listen, this guy, he keeps popping up. Like he just keeps popping up. He will not go away. He's like jock itch. He won't stop.
Like the athlete's foot of our democracy.
He is like the athlete's foot of our democracy. So he ran in Minnesota to be the Republican candidate for governor. He lost. It wasn't even close. He lost to Minnesota House Speaker Lisa Demuth by a significant margin.
Like not close.
Not even close. But this man is not conceding at all. He says the election is rigged, which is consistent with his character because he was sued. He had to settle a $1.3 billion defamation suit against him by Dominion Voting Systems for spreading false claims that they rigged the 2020 presidential election. So now he is so shocked and surprised that a woman with a proven track record of being a politician in the state of Minnesota would beat him, that it must be fraud. And so he will not concede. And this man is such a loser that even his own party hates him. In 2023, Lindell ran to be chair of the Republican National Committee and only won 4 votes out of 167.
It's so embarrassing. Like, it's so embarrassing.
Like, he's humiliating.
This man is
right. Like oh no, that I didn't lose. It must be Chinese interference, which is definitely what I say when I get ghosted by people too. Like, oh, that man didn't text me back. It was Chinese interference. He got hacked.
So, Liz, you know, I'm one of my worst traits is that I find conservative radio actually very calming. And one of the places I go for this is the Steve Bannon's The War Room. And when you want to go to sleep, I like to have him, the Rasputin of the MAGA movement, whisper sweet nothings in my ear. And Steve Lindell is all over. Mike Lindell is all over that show. He has regular ad segments where he will come on to chat with the posse, with Steve Bannon's posse about his mischief. This guy is like deep in the like kind of grassroots of the remnant of the MAGA movement. And what's interesting to me about it is like this man is like nowhere in no other character in the movement is it so clear that the upper echelons, right, the people in elected power that claim the MAGA mantle, just fucking hate the people on that like are that are like legitimately at the grassroots, right? Mike Lindell is despised by his like fellows, right, in his movement. And I love that.
Yeah.
And I like that. I like in the like when you go to see the Dave Matthews Band, right? Like people are waiting to hear Crash Into Me. When people go to see Dead or Alive, they want to hear You Spin Me Round Like a Record, right? With the LCD sound system, I'm losing my edge is When You Feel Alive. When I go to see Mike Lindell, I'm waiting for him to say, no, it's fraud. I lost. It wasn't me. He's playing the hits. And I like. We should all be so lucky to have a hit. And boy, howdy does this man play it.
But here's the thing. Like, you love to see them have just like a big barnacle of a loser that they can't shake.
And he is barnacle shaped, to be clear. He is the
and it's like, I don't feel bad for Lisa Demuth that she has to deal with this because it's like, you join the, to be part of the cliche, you join the leopards eating your face party, you join the party that is like of election deniers, and then, oh my God, now you have an election denier denying the results of the election. Like, yeah, it's gonna be a pain in your ass. Like, whoop, like,
no,
but it's also like it's just fun to watch. And you know what, Mike Lindell, I hope you live a long time, and I hope you continue to just be the itch in the Republican asshole. Go forth, young man.
Go forth, young man. Sell a pillow. Bring this democracy to its knees. Yeah, thanks for that, bud.
Thanks for your work.
Yeah, it would. Right. It would be that, it's democracy dies not with a bang, but with a guy fucking selling pillows. Like, this is such an insane. What a weird like Lucifer character, right? For our collapse.
Yeah, it's we get the politicians we deserve. Speaking of losers out of Minnesota, that we get to our last set of dinguses. Enes, Kanter Freedom, and Royce White. Now, they are both former basketball players, and Royce White is the one out of Minnesota who has just been a real piece of shit. Yeah. I mean, I was going to try to say it in a clever way, but if you've been watching Minnesota politics, and they're our neighbor, so we've been watching their politics for a while, but Royce White's another perpetual ass boil whose political career is notable mostly for his string of losses because he has just like tried to run for Senate as a Republican and lost, right? Like, he tried to be a basketball player and failed. He played like one NBA game, didn't score a point. And then there's Enes Kanter Freedom, who was actually like a pretty legitimate basketball player, and then unfortunately is known for his human rights work. So these two men, who probably couldn't name 5 women between them, much less 5 female basketball players, last week decided to find it politically expedient to make trans people's lives much less safe by using the WNBA and trans people as a punchline. And they declared themselves for the WNBA draft by saying, look, we're trans women. Ha 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 ha. Isn't this funny? Now, both of them, Royce White is definitely a politician, and as Kanter Freedom, it's worth pointing out that he's Turkish, and when he became an American citizen, he added freedom to his last name.
Yeah.
He has said he wants to run for Congress one day. So it's very clear this is like about political expediency and like,
grinding up people out of power to fuel your political furnace. Like, fuck you, dude. I like Royce White being in this because I really like to see I really like for my villains to have scored as many goals in the NBA as I have.
That's right. Yes,
that's very fun for me.
Yeah, Royce White is about as good has scored as many points in the NBA as you and I both have. And they say they're doing this because they want to protect women's sports, but like they've never said a word about pay disparity. Right. And if you're donning a wig to mock trans people, you actually don't care about women. You hate women.
That's right.
And so this is this is ridiculous. Yeah. And it's turned, and also Sophie Cunningham started this, right, with her comments about, and here's the thing. There are no trans women in the WNBA.
Oh, really? What a surprise.
So what are we even doing here?
Yeah.
But all this commentary is making the lives of actual trans people in America much less safe because they've been turned into a political talking point by people who hate them, and they're trying to do it by saying, oh, we care about women. You do not care about women. Right. You actually hate women. That's because you're not saying, like, I want you to get paid equally, I want you to get treated equally. And, like, I think it's, like, worth pointing out that they're saying, like, oh, we care about, like, young girls in sports. My daughter is an athlete. She has never felt threatened ever in a locker room. She has never felt threatened in a locker room. And actually, their locker room, they share with, like, older, like these, like the older swimmers, like the master swimmers. I don't know if that, like, which is like men and women have, like, used this locker room. Right. She's never felt threatened by anybody as an athlete. Who has? 2 weeks ago, she went to take our dog for a walk. A man in a truck slowed down and followed her. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That is who threatens women. Yeah, right. But if Royce White came out against those guys, he wouldn't have anybody who voted for him. Right. Because, like, that's actually his target demographic, is actually creepy, horrible men with chips on their shoulder.
Creeps and chuds.
Yes.
Creeps and chuds.
Creeps and chuds. Like, those are the people who actually threaten women. Like, Royce White is actually a threat to women. So, like, don't sit there. Oh, anyway. Yeah, they're the last set of dinguses. And it pisses me off too. And the other thing that pisses me off is that there's so many Democrats up there too, mm-hmm. who won't say a word about it. Nope. Or who will agree with them. Mm-hmm. Who will be like, yeah, I agree with you. Yeah. Actually. And they'll be like, we all agree on this issue. It's like, shut up. Yeah. We don't agree with you, and stop throwing people's rights under the bus once again for political expediency, because it is not a democracy if you are sacrificing the rights, even if it's a small minority of people. If you live in a country where not everybody has equal rights, then that is not a democracy. Mm-hmm. And if you are a politician, I don't care how whatever D is by your name, however liberal you say you are, if you are sacrificing the rights of a small minority of people, you are contributing to fascism. I believe that with my whole heart. You are participating in fascism.
And shout out there in a way that our national politics are failing us, in a way that a lot of our statewide politics are failing us. I've been like thinking a lot. I mean, as a new father, I've been thinking about, like, what does participation with my daughter look like in the future? And I've been really heartened by these stories of inclusionary leagues and the way that people are creating opportunities for kids to practice athleticism, teamwork, courage, grit, learn, like, these big things with their peers, with their bodies. There are people doing really great work in this space. So if you're out there and you're one of these folks that are part of these inclusionary leagues, help support one of these inclusionary leagues. Good on you. Real work's out there. And as always, while the nation will disappoint us over and over again, look in the neighborhoods. There are people that will inspire. So
yes,
thanks for that.
And I feel like it's, and when I go and do talks, with my job, I do that, and I feel like it is my responsibility. I know it doesn't change anything, but I always feel like it's a responsibility as a mom in Iowa with a kid, with a girl in a girl's sport, especially swimming, because that has been a target. I always feel like it is my responsibility when I start talking, because I talk a lot about feminist issues at the beginning of almost every single one of my talks. If I don't say it at the beginning, I say it at some point early on. I say, when I'm talking about women, trans women are women. Trans kids belong in sports, and that is what I believe. And because I am from Iowa, which is leading the way on transphobia, I feel like this is my responsibility to say and to be as inclusive as possible so that people know I am not representing the hate that my state is putting out into the world. But I know it can't make it better, but I do think more people need to be more vocal about where they stand on inclusion. Like we can't, we can vote for, politicians who will make things better, but I do think we have to start being more vocal about this issue and being more um, inclusive in our language and inclusive in our politics and more vocally inclusive, because I've seen so many people, right, like protest for immigrants and protest, and that's great. But I think we need to be like more vocal for our trans homies because I know they're feeling it, and it's breaking my heart. So,
Liz, in the yawning void of 2026, the
yes.
evil is eating away at my soul. I need to know what's causing you joy right now.
What is? I have so many dingus.
I have one. You mentioned the WPA earlier. Can I do mine?
You want to go first? You're like, first? What's causing you joy? Let me go first.
You mentioned the WPA. While I talk, you can think about it and ignore what I say. Well, I think you normally do. Mm-hmm. So the WPA, right? Really important New Deal program that put a lot of who would become kind of names of a lot of our art, like kind of post war art movements, put them to work, right? One of those artists was Eudora Welty, a really important Jackson, Mississippi writer for me, really formative for both the place I come from and the tradition I come from. And people forget particularly her early career. Some of her earliest publications were photography, right? She was put to work as a WPA photographer. And recently I got this excellent, my wife ordered this excellent book featuring a really long collection of her photography from this time, capturing the kind of joy and the spirit of people living in the Depression. And I think there's a lot of I think particularly a white photographer going about in this period, right? You would kind of think that they're gonna find people on their worst day. They're going to create poverty porn. They're gonna do this. They're gonna do that. Eudora Welty has there is some exuberant images captured in this book. There's a picture of a woman. She just got off a shift from Canton, Mississippi. And she's leaning against it. She's like, there's this, I'll try to get it in the edit. She is just full of life. And there is so much joy in every page of this book. Eudora Welty, if you have not spent if you spent some time with her writing, I beg you, go check out some of her photography. She is unreal. There's a great essay that begins this that talks about the a great power of the ability to see, and kind of what that can mean, what that means, metaphorically, in the arts, right? To try to witness to life, and what a joy.
That's beautiful. I got to spend part of the weekend, or actually the whole weekend, in Red Cloud, Nebraska.
Cool.
Book research, and with Willa Cather. That's where Willa Cather is from, and so I got to go tour all these Willa Cather sites, and there is nothing better than hearing people talk about the thing that they love the most. So shout out to Rachel Olson, who gave me the Willa Cather experience tour. It was supposed to be a 2.5-hour tour. I think it ended up being closer to 4.5 hours, because it was just her and me. And then she went to town and we just chatted, and it was so wonderful. And there's just I just love it. I love hearing people talk about the things that they're so passionate about. There's a difference, right, between mansplaining, and then just people like getting so hyped about the things that they love.
Yeah.
And it was really cool to hear Rachel just, talk about Willa Cather and her life, and Anna Pavelka, who inspired Antonia from, My Antonia, and that woman's life, and her just like her incredible life. And we got to go to go to these farms and then see like actual prairie where they've tried to like recreate what that prairie would have looked like when pioneers came out. No trees, no shrubs, right? Like you forget that like so many of these trees in Nebraska, South Dakota, North Dakota, good portions of Iowa are not native, right? Like pioneers brought them in from Minnesota, invading bastard trees from Minnesota's, taking up our space. But anyway, it was just it's not right, but it was so glorious to be there and to have that experience and to learn so much. And it was also really beautiful just to be out in that nature and to be in a dark sky preserve. I am a real fucking nerd for dark sky preserves. I have written about this famously. I've got essays out there. It's in a book. We don't need to go out there, but go through that again. But I'm still a nerd for a dark sky preserve, and I'll fuck up a dark sky preserve anytime, any place. But yeah, I got to go out and be in the prairie and watch the stars come out, and it's just a joy. So thank you. Shout out to anybody who participates in making places a dark sky preserve, and thank you to Rachel. And I think I'm going to go out for that Willa Cather conference in June because yeah, Red Cloud is like a great little town. I love it. So
it sounds like I've never been. Is there like what was the best thing you ate there?
Well, I gotta say, actually, I'm gonna dodge that question because I went to the palace. Actually, I had some good food, but like but what I really want to talk about was the wine place that I went into.
Okay.
Anna and Justin, who run the Little Bricks wine store, walked in. They had some of the best wine. We had a great conversation. That was awesome. And then the palace, I only ate at 2 different places, but the palace, I had like their surf and turf meal, which was just like this huge steak and a bunch of shrimp. I didn't want the surf and turf, but I just was like, I was just going to get a steak. But Robin, the waitress, was like, I was just trying to order another steak because it's like, I'm in Nebraska. Like, what am I going to do? Get a fucking salad? No, thank you. I'm in beef territory.
That's right.
And so she was country. Like, yeah, that's right. She was like, $2 extra is the surf and turf special. And so like, I got this like huge meal for $19.99 plus a glass of wine, which they filled to the top. And when I ordered the Merlot, she was like, do you want it cold or do you want it room temperature? And I was like,
are you gonna
God
put ice
bless
in
the Midwest.
Are you going to put that ice cube in there, dog? Hell yeah.
Yeah, I bet it was that they already had it in the fridge. When I was talking to Rachel about it, she was like, oh, you went to the palace. And she goes, did you have some wine? And I was like, yeah, I had some wine. She goes, red wine? I was like, yeah. She goes, was it cold? And I was like, they gave me a choice. She goes, oh, a choice. That's new.
Is cold the setting? Is cold the default?
I guess. I mean, that was my first time at the palace and I got a choice. I did pick room temp because it is a Merlot, but like Zach, they filled the glass up to the tippy top on like a $5 glass of wine, but $19.99 for a steak, a potato, a salad, like 5 shrimps, a big piece of bread, a ton of butter.
Liz, people forget. The reason that they only fill your wine glass with this much wine is because the rest is for Coca-Cola. Thanks for listening. Patreon.com/Liz Lenz is the home of Dingus of the Week, a Men Yell at Me media production. Love or hate what you heard. Help us keep it coming by doing the following. 1, like and subscribe over on our YouTube. That's youtube.com/@Dingus of the Week. 2, rate and review us over on Spotify or Apple Podcast. Tell me how you also like red wine and cola. 3, share this episode with a friend near you. And last, become a patron of the Dingus Arts. At $5 a month, you can help keep this show rolling all year long. Have a Dingus of your own. There are 2 ways that you can reach our ears. You can go to memo.fm/Dingus, record a voicemail of a Dingus that is just getting your goat. But let's say you don't want to go where I'm telling you to go. You can also go and leave an email at us at menyellatme@gmail.com. Why is that so hard for me to remember? It's like literally the name of the company. Go to drop a line at menyellatme@gmail.com.
I would fight you on the Coke and wine thing, but you're correct.
You're so good, dude.
You're correct goated. On that one.
It fucks.
It's goated.
It fucks so hard. Big ups,
and
Coke and wine.
Yeah, this is where the coastal elites could never.
Hey Liz, do you want to like go get a Coke and wine tonight? Let's just like
let's just go.
Let's take our mics and get out of here.
Let's get out of here. All right. Thanks to Zach for being the producer of this show and co-host. Pervert of the week.
We can't drink and record a podcast, Liz. This is
this is why we got to record in the morning. And then what else? Oh yeah, I gotta thank Laura Benitez and the Heartache for our fabulous little ditty that's playing us out right now. Let's go drink a Coca-Cola and some wine. Because that's how you got to say it. You got to say Coca-Cola and some wine.
I'll have a Coca-Cola and some wine.
I'll have a Coca-Cola and some wine. Bye.